So tomorrow, Across the Spider-Verse actually comes out in the theaters, and it's been predicted that it'll make about $80 million during its opening. Which for this movie is pretty good because, from what I understand, the budget for it is around 100-something million, which is very manageable. I think it would probably need to make about 400 to 500 million, probably about 400 million, 450 to make its money back. Because the marketing for this movie, I'm sure it's heavy, but probably nowhere near the amount of money they're spending on The Little Mermaid. Because the first one had a similar budget, and I think it made around 400 million. But from when I was reading, they said the movie made a lot of money. So I think this movie will be fine, regardless if it doesn't have long legs or not, because of the fact that it has such a low budget. Unlike Disney, who makes all of their budgets a couple $100 million, making them ridiculously expensive. And then when you add in all of the marketing and stuff they need to do, they're impossible to make any money. It's impossible for them to make any money. So with this movie coming out, it's going to cut in to The Little Mermaid. Meaning The Little Mermaid is cooked. Like making these videos because I find it funny when Disney loses money because they're a company run by a bunch of idiots. So I don't know if this movie will be any good or not. I haven't talked to anybody that's actually seen it. I just looked at the reviews. They're good, but I expected them to be good for this movie. They point out here it's a crowded marketplace, but I would expect this movie to still do okay. I think it has like 2 weeks by itself. I don't think there's much coming out next week, maybe Transformers. But it looks like this movie has 2 weekends to itself. I would expect it to cut heavily into The Little Mermaid because, remember, The Little Mermaid's not doing well internationally. And that's leading to a lot of damage control. The Little Mermaid splashes to 164 million global bow, but there's something fishy overseas as Disney pick beset by review bombing. They're literally calling the world racist, particularly China. It's funny. And Disney knows what's going on. That's why they hide what the actors look like over in China. But they care. They care so much about people. It's hilarious to me how easily won over SJWs and wokies are over corporate pandering. Little corporate pandering, everything's okay. Doesn't matter if they have shoes and iPhones made at ridiculously low prices over in China. None of that matters. It's okay because, well, despite not giving a shit about human rights, they pandered and catered to somebody in a movie or in a statement. So all is forgiven. People are so fake. But anyway, this movie, big failure. I don't give a damn how good it did its first weekend. That's what's so funny about all of this. Everyone is so excited about this piddly little 164 million global bow. That's pathetic. That should have been just the domestic plus another 200 million internationally because this movie needed an international split like all of the other remakes to make money. But what's funny is how mad people are about this. Look at this article. It's from DisneyDining.com, and I archived this article because, well, it'll probably be deleted because it's so stupid. Ratings terrorism. Overseas response to The Little Mermaid. That's right. If you don't want to go see this movie, they're literally calling you a terrorist now. These people are insane. This is written by Lana Porter. Oh, my goodness. Overseas market boycotts a black mermaid. So you're basically a racist if you don't want to see this movie. Check. That's there. Movie rating site response to ratings terrorism. That's what they're calling giving a movie a negative review now. Okay. Look at the extremes they give this shit. How are these people so protective over a corporation? A nasty corporation, too, because Disney does a lot of nasty shit, especially worldwide. like when they filmed Milan. But that's okay because, they made Little Mermaid a POC, so that makes up for it. That's the difference. These people are insane. This is one of the most unhinged things. Deemed ratings terrorism by Korea's SBS News. Deadline explains that there was a trend of negative reviews receiving hundreds of likes, and positive reviews getting hundreds of thumbs down. Well, obviously, it's because there's a lot of people that don't care for this movie. That's why it had a global destruction. So this is one of the most unhinged articles that I've ever seen, and it's a real article at DisneyDining.com. Why are they writing this, by the way? What does this have to do with Disney dining? That's what I find kind of curious. But anyway, as Cosmic Book News points out here, The Little Mermaid is going to need tremendous legs, and I don't think that that's going to happen because this movie isn't that well received, to be honest. Fast X still making money. That movie's at like 512 million now worldwide. Probably going to make $1 billion based on just international. Well, I don't know. I think it makes 800 million, which is still making money because I don't think that movie has a ridiculous budget. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 still making money at 724 million box office. Looks like it will hit 800 million, which means it will make a little bit of money. However, it's not raking in massive amounts of cash. They really need to get their budgets down. Super Mario still making money, even though it's available on VOD as added here. Like, that's true. It's still bringing in money. 8 million this past weekend. And when you when you have such a low turnout, you need every dollar you're going to get, and that's not The Little Mermaid. 1.27 billion. It got damn close to that 1.5 that I thought it was going to make. Damn close. That's what I originally thought it was going to make. But, and we'll never see these numbers, but I bet at the end of the day, when you factor in physical sales, video on demand sales, and the box office, that ends up being a $3 billion movie. We'll never have that. We'll never have the official number because they never release any of those sales numbers. But I bet you it ends up being a $3 billion movie thanks to physical and video on demand streaming. Anyway, Disney has another failure here. One of my favorite things is laughing at Disney failure. Spider-Man Across the Universe, or Across the Spider-Verse, is about to make that movie plummet, and I think that's hilarious. So another failure for Disney. Guaranteed. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Comment below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.